Alright, breaking news, GameStop blows. Now, if that blew your mind, this is really going to blow your mind. If you haven't already known, yes, they are selling Xenoblade Chronicles on the GameStop website, and if you haven't noticed, they're showing up in stores as quote-unquote used. Nothing used about it. We all know they either reprinted more or held off on, for some ungodly reason, selling off whatever stock they had. I fell victim of it. I saw it in the store. I said, holy shit, I gotta trade something in. I traded in a PS3, and I got some store credit, and I bought that and a couple other games. I actually bought Xenoblade, Donkey Kong Country, and The Last Story. Interesting, alright? This is a very, very funny twist, though. So I fell victim to that, and just watching other people's, like the All Gen Gamers podcast, even Apic Eric, and freaking, you know, I haven't seen Alpha Omega Sin's freaking rant, but I can only imagine had I watched and listened to that, I probably would have gone there and lit the store on fire. But anyways, it got me really pissed off. That's very unethical business practices, undermines everything that pretty much the rarity, and it pretty much is just saying that we're stupid and that they really don't care about the consumer. So I said, you know what, fuck that, fuck you, I'm returning my copy, and you know what, I'll keep one of them. So again, alright, it was buy two, get one free. So this is what happened. I took two of those games, and I kept one. And in this situation, this is what should have happened, alright? Out of those two games, one of them would have been one of the ones that I paid for, the other would have been the free game. And the one that I kept would have also been a game that I would have paid for, but just not gotten anything back after the transaction. So the game that I was returning, or the games that I returned, were Xenoblade and Donkey Kong, alright? So technically, I should have had to have paid for The Last Story. So keep this in mind. Go to the store, tell the guy, you know, I'm not going to go on a rant to the GameStop employees. They don't know shit either. And I just said, you know what, I'm going to trade these in. He brings up the transaction. After everything's said and done, he gives me credit for both Xeno and Donkey Kong. So instead of just getting the 80, I get like $110 back, and I still have The Last Story back at the house, which was the free game anyways, which I should have technically had to have paid for, but I didn't. So I got a free game, and all I had to do was trade in my PS3 and my freaking controller, which I'm still trying to freaking get one. I don't want to get one from China, because I know it's going to be a freaking knockoff, probably not as good. If anyone's ever gotten one of those ones on eBay, they come from Hong Kong and they're only about $20, $23 shipped for free, please let me know, because I'm seriously thinking about buying one instead of buying a $50 one, even though I do like Sony products and I know it's brand new and it's blah 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 blah. Here we are boiling down to this whole debacle about freaking Xenoblade. It's not a freaking used game, it's a freaking new game, and I hope freaking Nintendo goes after them and fucking sues the shit out of them. Don't ever, ever take your customers for granted. You know, we're the ones who are willing to pay, and we're the ones who are willing to trade. So if you don't want to play with us, we're gonna fuck you. We'll find ways. Social media has a way of coming back around. But anyways, I thought that was rather interesting, and I thought I just had to share that I got. Where is it? I got this for free. Now I have 120 bucks worth of store credit. I gotta find me Dragon's Crown. I cannot find it around here, and I need to find me a freaking controller so I can play it. And maybe I'll have still enough left over to get Donkey Kong Country Returns, which would be awesome. If you're thinking about getting Xenoblade, don't. Do not support GameStop. Do not support whatever shisty business practices they condone, or whatever the hell they're trying to do behind closed doors to get profit shares up, because in the end, it's just hurting. It's hurting Nintendo, and Nintendo, you know, just hasn't been doing so well with some of their latest endeavors. So, you know, we need to support companies, publishers. We need to support them. Like, Dragon's Crown by Atlas. I would pay $50 brand new because I know GameStop is getting fucking, like, well, they're getting something, but they're not getting what they do on a freaking $90 Xenoblade, right? So, sorry, I just had to say it. I had to freaking make this video, and you could flame me below, comments below, thumbs down, I don't even care, thumbs up, please, who knows? I know when I did one on the freaking Neo Geo X, damn, I was a little drunk, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it had something to do with a lot of the negative comments that I received. But anyways, it's an opinion. I'm just telling you, from one consumer to the other, it just hurts the industry, and then just we won't see games like that. But on the upside, with all these extra copies floating around that GameStop says are used, I guess the price will eventually go down, and I'll be able to pick one up for $50, which should have been what they were selling it for, but they're not. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and now you know, and knowing is half the battle.